guys, Jess here. So we're taking a look at our K10 dually project again today, guys. This is now part 3. It's coming along really nice. We've got a lot more work left to do, and I got some new parts I want to show you guys today. So let's get right to it here. Alright, so the last time we had this truck out, I did lose a screw for the servo horn there, but I did pick up a new servo. We're going to replace that today. As well as I want to look at this interior. So we've got a bit of a gap here with the dash. I want to see if we can fix that gap. As well as we have inner door panels now. When I ordered the tailgate, it came with the proper K10 door panels. So I want to get this truck out and show you guys, as well as we're going to look at probably swapping this seat out. As far as scale goes, it just looks a little too big, and I think it is, we're having some issues with the inner door panels. It's kind of rubbing, so we're gonna get this out and have a look, and I'll show you what I mean in a moment. All right, so here's the door panels that I showed you guys previously. These are just 3D printed ones that that we kind of did up there, but I do have the actual RC four-wheel drive ones. Like I said, they came on the parts tree from the tailgate. However, you can see I've got some chip paint here and here, so we're gonna have to get that fixed up. This seat here is just a bit too big, and it's just a bit out of scale, so I gotta get rid of this. I do have a really nice seat here from ShrinkRC, guys, and I did show you this before on our black one. So we're going to go ahead and get this one painted up and installed in here. It's going to be a bit more smaller and a bit more scale. And guys, I got other parts here from ShrinkRC as well. So if you guys aren't familiar with ShrinkRC, guys, they make really good quality products made in the USA. And ShrinkRC is actually known for their K5 to K10 conversion. So before RC four-wheel drive released this, as many of you may know, what you had to do is you had to get yourself a Blazer Body. You had to cut it in half. You would put the ShrinkRC cab back in, and then there would be a section that you would insert for your bed. Now, on ShrinkRC's website, guys, he's got all different sizes depending on your wheelbase, not just a 12.3. So if you want to do a long bed or a short bed, definitely check them out. And not only does ShrinkRC do the K5 to K10 conversions, they've also got some really great innovative body mounting systems. So we're going to take a look at those as well here. He's got some awesome products that lets you adapt basically any body to any chassis. So we're going to check those out as well. And on top of all that, ShrinkRC actually makes, like I said, bench seats, as well as we've got some dually fenders, guys, that we're going to put on here. We'll check these out as well. So these are going to be really nice on here. It's going to complete the look. So yeah, definitely check him out. I'll link his website in the description below. And if you're outside of the USA, go on eBay and check out ShrinkRC. And like I said, I'll put a link to that as well. So with all this being said, we got a lot of work ahead of us. All right, again, guys, I've shown you this before in previous videos, but just take a look at the quality here. There's virtually no flash whatsoever. I printed a lot of things. Nothing is as nice as this, guys. Like, look how that just sits in there beautifully. Really easy design. You just kind of glue it in place, and then your cushion goes on here. And you can add leather, you can add fabric on this and stuff like that. I'm not going to go that far. I'm just going to paint it this dull red like this. But I just wanted to show you that one more time. I'm really impressed with these. Really, really nice, guys. And just fits in there absolutely perfect. All right, guys, so here it is all together. The white is a little bit of super glue residue, but you're not going to see that in the finished product. I always recommend using a primer And the color that we're using on the interior again, guys, is a Tamiya TS33 dull red. And this is great paint, guys. This is the only paint I'll use. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna touch up these spots here. And I'm just gonna show you guys a size comparison here. So it's quite a bit larger. This one is neat where it fits over the factory seats. However, like I said, it adds a lot of weight. It's a bit large size comparison wise. So this one has a bit of a small, it's not as wide, a bit of a smaller footprint. So that's going to help with these bulky door panels there. So there's a couple different ways we can go about this. The last time we did it, I left this and I left this edge and I kind of cut a hole. The other thing that I've seen people do is just cut straight across and attach a piece of just white styrene underneath and glue the seat to that. But I don't want to lose these mounting holes, so I think I'm going to do what we did with the black K10. All right, guys, so for these, I did get the double wide, so hopefully they look good. He does offer a single, which is kind of half the width of this. So I'm really hoping these look good. It's going to be a lot of body work. I'm hoping to keep the body work to a minimum. So I think what we're going to do, this obviously needs to be sanded, but I think what we're going to do while we're waiting for the interior is going to spray these first with a gray primer, and then that way we'll know exactly where the imperfections are and where we need to focus. So that's going to be sort of the first step. Just hit them with primer, and then we'll take another look at these later in the video. So while we're waiting on the interior and the bodywork, I want to look at the chassis now. So like I said before, we had our screw come off our servo horn. I do have this Reefs 555 I want to throw in there and give it a try, as well as we have our ShrinkRC. These are actually for the TF2 Scottsdale. And what we're going to do is we're going to get all this off and put these on. And these are nice and smooth on the bottom, guys. So it's just going to give it, it's just going to be that much better. As well as the rear. We've got this here so we can get rid of these ugly body posts. So I'm going to go in and start tearing this stuff off. So just before I get started, one thing I'm debating whether is keeping this or not. I am going to be relocating the battery to the bed of the truck, but not sure what other purpose this serves other than holding the battery. So we may look at just leaving this off altogether once we have our side pieces on there. Just looking at this, it is marked right. So this would be where you're going to mount the body. This side, you can see there's some holes and some notches. So right here is kind of where it makes sense. As you can see, like I said, there is some holes there. So I might take this screw out and try that. I was really hoping we weren't going to have to take out the whole transfer case and everything, which looks like we're probably not going to have to. So I'm going to take this screw out and pop this in here, guys, and then what we'll do is we'll just test fit the body to make sure that the holes line up, and then we'll go on to the other side. Okay, so guys, the factory screw that I took out there was too short with the side, so there is some included screws with the kit. So I'm just going to try one of these and see if we can get it to okay, perfect. All right, so before we go to the other side, I just want to sit the body on here just to see the holes are going to line up or not. As you can see, the holes line up perfectly. So we're good to go. So we're going to move over on the other side now. Okay, now we're on to the rear. So this is what the rear looks like. So first thing we're going to do is get these body posts off, and then we'll take a look on how this thing gets mounted. I'll show you this, how nice this is. Look at this. Fits beautifully right over there. So what you actually do to mount this piece here is you want to remove your receiver box screws. Then you can use the screws that were holding the body posts and screw it in from the top. All right, so the final thing we're going to want to do is take these screws off in this washer, as once the body gets placed down, then these will secure the body in place. So, all right, guys. So let's get the body on. So it just kind of sits like this, and then we'll put our side screws in our back. All right, guys. So we got our side ones in, and then these ones here, just screw right in here in the bed. And that looks a lot cleaner than having, you know, big body post coming through with a clip on there. So just taking a look at the side here, guys. You look on the inside there, get those nice plates on the side. And let's just flip this up on the side so you can see it. All right, guys, and here it is underneath. It looks really awesome. Like I said, you got these nice smooth side pieces here. Mounts very easily. Just a lot cleaner, and just kind of completes the look. You know, it's going to keep dirt and debris out of the interior and everything like that. And you can see inside, got the side pieces in there. So looks really good, guys. And like I said, it's going to clean up those body posts. We just have the screws there. So yeah, it's looking really good. Really happy with that so far. All right, well, guys, we got this cut out finally. Broke a few blades. It was a lot of work, but definitely worth the effort. Still have to clean up the back here a bit, but we got our seat all painted up there, and yeah, it's gonna look really good, guys. I can't wait to see it all together with the door panels and everything in the truck. I think it's gonna look so good. So I'm gonna finish getting this cleaned up here. We'll get this glued on. I'm not gonna show you every single little detail. I do have another video actually doing a step-by-step how to install this seat, so check that video out. So I'm going to finish this up, and then we'll see what it looks like in the truck after. Okay, guys, so I just wanted to show you this really quick. So this one here, this is from a K5 Blazer. This is from the K10 Scottsdale. Pretty well the exact same dashboards. However, when you look at the back, these holes are way longer than here, so quite a bit of difference. So I'm going to see if I can cut this one down to match so that we don't have that gap that I was showing you guys earlier. Right, guys, so I did kind of the first pass with the sandpaper. Like I said, I hate body work. I really don't want this to drag on too long, but what I'm going to do now is going to hit it with some more primer, and then we can see if there's any more imperfections, and then we're going to get these on the truck. Well, after a couple coats of primer, these are actually looking pretty good. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're still going to be good enough to put on to the side here. We can do more sanding as we get ready for paint. But I definitely want to get these on. One thing I want to do is, if you can kind of see the body in behind there. So before we glue these, I do want to prime the bed. I'm just going to prime this area here. We're going to get these glued on, and then we'll probably throw primer on the whole truck, and then we'll get ready for paint. All right, guys, so I got a coat of primer on there just to kind of cover, like I said, in behind the fenders. Basically, we're just going to line up the edges here, and I'm going to glue that right on that edge. Some super glue. And like I said, guys, I hate doing body work, so I'm going to try to avoid as much body work as possible. So first step, I want to get these super glued into place. We may put some putty on here and kind of smooth these in, may not. We'll have to see once we get these on. So all right, and here it is, guys. So still a lot of work to do, but it's looking really good. Just got it here, towing our new Midnight K5. It's a pretty sweet setup, though. Like I said, it's still in primer right now. We're gonna still have to wet sand it and do a little bit of body work before paint, but it's definitely looking really good. But I'm gonna leave this one here. It's getting a little bit long, but in the next part, we'll definitely get some paint on this truck, guys, and start wrapping this one up. And I'd just like to thank ShrinkRC again for sponsoring this video. So just to recap, we got our ShrinkRC bench seat in there now, guys. Our ShrinkRC Body Mounts, and our ShrinkRC dually fenders. And you can see there, makes the truck really nice and clean just with the screws there. So really happy with this so far, guys. It's going to be a wicked tow rig. Still need to figure out what we're going to do for front bumper, but it's going to be pretty awesome, guys. I'm really happy how this truck's turning out so far. And we'll get our lights fired up, and we'll see what those look like as well as our headlights and everything, and all our detail bits we'll do in the next video. But that's going to be it for this one. So just like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.